Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're diving into the world of sedation dentistry,
Comfortably.
something I'm sure many of you have heard of,
Numb.
maybe even considered.
Sedation dentistry.
Yeah, you're right there.
Dentistry. Is that a person?
Well, it is a field practiced by a person, yes,
Yeah.
a dentist.
Wait, what were we talking about?
We're talking about sedation dentistry. It's a popular option for people who, shall we say, aren't too keen on dental visits. In fact, you opted for the strongest sedation available, correct?
Strongest, more like the bestest. It's like all my worries just floated away.
You know, your experience is a perfect example of why many people are turning to sedation dentistry. They want to feel relaxed and at ease during their appointments, especially if they're anxious about dental procedures.
Procedures. Are those the things with the just in the whoosh? They sounded like spaceships taking off in my mouth.
You bring up an interesting point. Many people avoid the dentist because of those sounds, or even just the thought of someone working in their mouth. Maybe we can talk a bit more about why someone might choose sedation dentistry. And why are we even talking about this? Because healthy teeth are important, right?
Important. What is important when you really think about it?
When it comes to teeth, I think most people would agree that their primary function is chewing. You know, that whole eating thing we humans like to do.
Chewing, right? But why do we chew? With these little white rectangles in our mouths, why not, I don't know, tentacles? Like a jellyfish?
Okay, I'll admit jellyfish dentistry does sound interesting.
Yeah.
But I think we've evolved to have teeth for a reason.
Yeah.
They're incredibly strong and efficient at breaking down food, which is essential for digestion and nutrient absorption. That actually reminds me. Before you opt for sedation dentistry, there are a few things you should probably consider.
Consider, like, looking at them really hard. Do teeth blink? I've never seen a tooth blink.
To my knowledge, teeth lack the biological equipment for blinking. But good news, you don't need to stare them down to make a decision. Just have a good chat with your dentist. They can walk you through the different types of sedation, the levels. You've got nitrous oxide, which is the laughing gas you mentioned. It helps you feel relaxed and even a bit giggly.
Mhm.
And then there's IV sedation, which is stronger and can make you feel like you're in a dreamlike state. Which one did you choose today again?
I chose to go to space. Did I tell you I met an astronaut brushing his teeth with a comet?
A comet. That's a new one. I think you might be experiencing the dreamlike state of IV sedation right now. That's actually a really important distinction. IV sedation is administered intravenously, meaning it goes directly into your bloodstream, which is why it's so potent.
IV Venus, like tiny rivers of relaxation flowing through you.
That's oddly poetic. And you're right, it's all about making the experience more comfortable. It's not about being knocked out completely, but rather about reaching a state where you're relaxed, maybe even a little detached from what's happening.
Detached, like my teeth were... Wait, are my teeth still there? I should check.
I think they're still where they should be, but you've touched upon an interesting thought. That feeling of detachment can be really helpful, especially for longer or more complex procedures. And for folks who have sensitive teeth or gums, sedation can make a world of difference in terms of comfort.
Comfort, like floating in a... Wait, have we been floating this whole time?
It might feel that way after a good sedation session. But speaking of feeling good, let's talk about the dentists themselves for a moment. It's so important to choose a dentist who is experienced and comfortable administering sedation. They're trained to monitor your vital signs throughout the procedure and ensure your safety and well-being.
Well-being.
Yeah,
Like when all your teeth are aligned with the constellations.
that's an interesting way to put it. But you're right, it's about feeling confident and cared for throughout the entire experience. And a good dentist will take the time to explain the process thoroughly and answer any questions you might have and address any concerns, ensuring you feel completely at ease before, during, and after the procedure.
Procedure? Is that what we're calling it now? I thought we were traveling through the cosmos of my molars.
Well, your molars are certainly taking us on quite the journey today. But you've actually highlighted another key point. Communication is key. A good dentist will make sure you understand exactly what's happening and that you feel comfortable every step of the way, which can really put your mind at ease, especially if you're prone to anxiety when it comes to dental work.
Anxiety is like a fuzzy little monster hiding under the bed. But when you turn on the light, poof, it disappears.
That's a great analogy. And that's kind of what sedation dentistry does. It turns on the light, so to speak, and helps those anxieties fade away. And, you know, it's not just about managing fear. It's about making the entire experience more pleasant, even enjoyable for the patient.
Enjoyable. Like a toothbrush made of cotton candy.
You know, for someone who's supposedly high on sedatives, you sure have a way with words. But you've hit on something important. It's about changing the perception of going to the dentist.
Perception is like, where did I put my teeth?
I think it's safe to say your perception might be a little skewed right now. But don't worry, your teeth are right where you left them. And speaking of teeth, we haven't even touched on the long-term benefits of good dental hygiene. Regular checkups and cleanings, made easier by sedation if needed, can prevent serious issues down the road, things like gum disease, tooth loss, and even systemic health problems.
Systemic, like a solar system of sparkling teeth.
Well, that's certainly one way to put it. But you're right, taking care of your teeth is an investment in your overall health and well-being. And if Sedation Dentistry is what helps you make those appointments and stay on top of your dental care, then it's certainly something to consider.
Consider the possibilities.
And on that note of cosmic wisdom, I think we're going to wrap things up. A huge thank you to our expert for joining us today and for bravely sharing this unique deep dive experience with us.
Experience is like a never-ending toothbrush. You just keep brushing and brushing and